Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Anthony Davis has performed like an MVP and has shown that he is the best rebounder in the NBA. The Lakers team didn't have a great performance, but Anthony Davis had a monstrous performance and proved that he is in a great phase and is the Lakers' best player today. Davis is adamant about signing a big-time center and expects it to happen by the trade deadline. To achieve the objective of winning the 18th title, the Lakers still need improvements, and Anthony Davis continues to fire and say that it is necessary to reinforce this team in order for it to be successful. It's Anthony Davis's world, and we're all living in it. The Lakers center put up a monster stat in the first quarter against the Charlotte Hornets on Monday. In the first quarter, Davis finished with 21 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks. He single-handedly outscored Charlotte in the fourth, 21-19. Producing 21 points and 11 rebounds would be considered a great game for many starting centers in the league, and Davis did it in 12 minutes. It's an absurd showing from the longtime superstar center. Lakers manager Rob Pelinka has been heavily criticized for taking too long to make moves, because the squad is good, but to reach the finals of the Western Conference, reinforcements will be needed. Lakers have long been interested in negotiating with the Indiana Pacers and signing Miles Turner. Miles Turner could solve the Lakers center woes as trade chatter heats up. The Los Angeles Lakers may have a golden opportunity to address their pressing need for a reliable center, as Indiana Pacers star Miles Turner could potentially become available before the February 6 trade deadline. According to insider Jovan Buha on his podcast, there has been chatter around Turner's status, primarily due to his contract situation rather than Indiana's desire to part ways with him. I have heard a little bit of chatter about that, about some uncertainty, and not Lakers specific, just kind of league chatter in terms of Turner and him potentially, like, if he's available, it would be more so because of Indiana and the contract situation and not as much about them. Because Indiana is not really a team that tanks or looks to, like, sell off players, but that could be an exception just based on his contract situation and, the future. So that would be something that, like, if Miles Turner is available, I think if you're the Lakers, like, you have to go get him because he just fits perfectly next to AD on both sides of the floor. He spaces the floor, and he's a rim protector. Like, that would be the ideal, even I'd take him over Walker Kessler. Like, Kessler, for the age and the contract, puts him in a different stratosphere, but in terms of, like, actual fit, I think Miles Turner is the best two-way fit among all of the potential realistic big man options. Buha noted that Turner's impending free agency might compel Indiana to explore trade scenarios, especially if they're uncertain about retaining him in the long term. The Pacers aren't typically a franchise that tanks or sells off valuable assets, but given Turner's unique contract situation, he could become an exception. Buha emphasized that Turner's fit with the Lakers would be ideal, describing him as the perfect complement to Anthony Davis. Turner's ability to space the floor with his shooting and protect the rim defensively would address two critical areas for the Lakers. From a statistical perspective, Turner has continued to prove his worth as one of the league's most versatile centers. This season, he is averaging 15.4 points, 7.0 rebounds, 2.0 blocks, and 1.5 assists per game. Additionally, his career-high 39.6% shooting from beyond the arc adds a dimension to his game that few big men possess. His combination of rim protection and offensive versatility makes him an attractive trade target for teams looking to bolster their front court. The Pacers, currently sitting fifth in the Eastern Conference with a 24-20 record, face a difficult decision. They made an unexpected run to the Eastern Conference Finals last season and remain in the playoff hunt. For the Lakers, acquiring Turner could significantly elevate their playoff aspirations. The team has been actively exploring options to add a center, particularly one that could allow Davis to shift back to his preferred position at power forward. Turner fits the bill perfectly, offering defensive support in the paint while also spacing the floor offensively. Pairing Turner with Davis and LeBron James could make the Lakers a formidable force in the Western Conference, particularly in the playoffs. The Lakers, however, may face challenges in crafting a trade package enticing enough for Indiana. The Pacers are likely to demand a strong return, including young players or draft capital, given Turner's value. Nevertheless, if the Lakers can pull off a trade, it would address one of their biggest roster deficiencies and position them as a legitimate title contender. As the trade deadline approaches, the Lakers will undoubtedly monitor Turner's availability closely. With his skill set and contract situation creating uncertainty in Indiana, this could be the move that defines the Lakers' season and potentially reshapes their title hopes. Lonzo Ball is of interest to the Lakers and a trade could happen. Bulls' Lonzo Ball on front office's radar. The much-anticipated February 6 trade deadline is steadily approaching for the Los Angeles Lakers as they potentially look to make another move to solidify their roster. After acquiring Dorian Finney-Smith from the Brooklyn Nets in late December, there is a desire to add 1 to 2 more players to bolster head coach J.J. Redick's rotation. Those moves are preferably for a backup center and/or an athletic, playmaking guard to support Austin Reeves. Names have floated around about potential targets for the Lakers, and one has recently popped up surrounding the guard front, that being former number 2 overall pick of the purple and gold Lonzo Ball, who the Athletic's Jovan Buha reported on Hoops Tonight is someone of their radar. I think Lonzo is someone that's going to be on their radar, and I think depending on the price, if you could get him for a second or 2 seconds, I think that's an interesting swing, and also someone with that 6 feet 6 inches frame that could potentially, I think, be similar to Bruce Brown. Check a couple boxes. He's bulked up a little bit throughout his career, so he can guard 2s and even some smaller 3s and potentially be part of a 1-through-3 switching scheme. And then offensively, I think, especially coming off the bench as a secondary ball handler, playmaker and also a spot-up shooter, I think he's someone who's an interesting gamble for them. Ball missed the previous 2 seasons with a knee issue, but the former UCLA product is slowly but surely working his way back into form as a capable perimeter defender. In terms of a possible return to LA, Ball could certainly enter the fold as a capable rotational guard and possibly start next to Reeves. One other option is Bruce Brown, who possesses a similar skill set to Ball by not needing the ball in his hands to be successful. The one-time NBA champion is best guarding shooting guards and showcased his value against the Lakers during the 2023 Western Conference Finals. It's also worth noting LA was viewed as the front-runner to sign Brown during the 2023 offseason before the Indiana Pacers swooped in. Both players could certainly help, but seeing how they make around $20 million, general manager Rob Pelinka would need to stack multiple salaries to bring in their services. Lonzo Ball will never forget getting to play with LeBron James. Lonzo Ball's tenure with the Lakers was an interesting one, as he got to play with LeBron James when he signed with the team in 2018. Looking back at that moment, Ball admitted that he will never forget playing with James, who he grew up idolizing.